Hi, my name is Ivy Starnes, and I'm a gaited horse trainer in Fort Worth, Texas. I would love to get a project horse to be working on in 2023. Now, a lot of you know that I recently tried to bid on a Mustang that was in the Mustang Magic competition in Fort Worth a week ago, or almost a week ago. But I had about $5,000 to spend thanks to a bunch of donors, but she went for $7,500, so I wasn't able to get her. Because I sort of made the decision very suddenly to try to bid and win her, it opened up the idea of what do I want to do for 2023? I'm going to bring my mare Firefly, who is 3.5. I'm going to bring her close to me and video the process of starting her under saddle and doing groundwork. But a lot of times that's only going to take 15 to 30 minutes and then I'm done. So I'm already at the barn. I would like to have another horse to work on. And so I'm going to open it up to you guys. What would you rather see? And I have a poll here if I can figure out how to post it. One sec. That's the tricky thing with this recent polls. Okay. There we go. So you can go ahead and vote. Activate poll. Did it activate? Okay, so there is a poll. You can go ahead and vote. So here's the options. We can either do a gaited Mustang. So I'm looking at a Mustang that's already started under saddle. So I won't be getting one from the wild that's, unhandled and show that. But I would be having a gaited Mustang, and the benefit is so many people don't know that Mustangs are gaited. And there was just a lot of interest in seeing how you would train a gaited Mustang to gait. And there's a lot of sort of publicity that comes with working with a Mustang. There's a lot of Mustang groups out there, a lot of people that really want Mustangs to go to good homes. So that's something that I am keeping in mind as I'm offering these options. The other option would be, this is what I originally intended before the Mustang came up. The other option is just to get a pacey gaited horse. Again, started under saddle, calm, but very pacey, possibly high-headed, and take that horse and train that. Now, there are benefits to working with the pacey horse. You'll be able to see firsthand like a lot of the head down stuff. I would look for one that's really pacey with a high head, and I'll be doing groundwork exercises on how to get the head down and how to get gait, and as well as working on a canter, because so many pacey horses really struggle with getting that good canter. And so those are kind of the options as I see them. So there's a poll, and if you don't see the poll or you just want to comment below, that's fine too. I would love to work with a Mustang, and I would also love to work with that pacey horse. And it's very fun to work with both, and that's why I'm kind of putting it out there as to what you guys would like. Here's the other part too. The other thing, okay, let's see if we can adjust the view just a little bit. Come down. There we go. I'll put my head closer to the top. There we go. So horses are expensive. I don't have my own property. I'm boarding horses. Where I board, it's a very nice facility, but it's $300 a month in board. Plus, I'd have to buy the horse and get it shipped here. Now, I debated whether to do this part of the post or not, so I'm just throwing it out there. A lot of you guys have already paid to be on my private training group, and that's awesome, and they'll see a lot of the footage. But I also want to kind of keep some of that aside. And I'm just curious if people want to donate to see either of those things. I'm not asking you to donate now, and just kind of getting interest. If not, that's okay. I'm just gauging interest. And the other thing that I would like to know is whichever of these horses I get, what would you like to see? Like, what are you really interested in seeing for this training? Like, what could I focus on that's going to really interest my viewers and my clients? Because I want to keep serving that. I always have this struggle of how much do I offer for free, but I know how much these videos help people. And I know how many, many people are very, very generous with their money and supporting me, and that's amazing. But I have to come up with ways to get revenue. And I have my clinics, and I have, I think 4 clinics are basically full. And then the other ones, the other 5 are not full yet. And that's okay. If they don't end up being full, that's fine. But I'm just looking at ways that I can keep interest as well as educate my viewers. And I'm really sorry, guys, the comments are not showing up. Okay, let's see here if I can get the comments to come up. Shoot. Okay, I see we have 6 comments. This Facebook updated. So hold on, I'm going to bring up the comments on my phone. Gotta love it when stuff is like this. So that I can see what you guys are commenting and reply. Okay, here we go. Michelle says, where can we find out the locations of your clients? Michelle, I'm not quite sure what you mean. Where find the locations of the clients? Mary says, I don't see a poll. Sherry says she had to exit and re-enter to see the poll. So the poll is still up on my end, so you might have to do that. Sherry says, I'd love to see both, but I choose the gated Mustang because I think it'll be great for more exposure for you, and I love Mustangs, especially gated. Thanks, Sherry. Michelle says, that was a hard one, but I would love both. My horse is Pacey. You can use her. Thank you so much, Michelle. Here's the thing. If someone wanted me to work with their Pacey horse, that's fine, but I want them to be aware this is a long-term project, probably 3 to 6 months, rather than a quick 1 month, I'm going to fix the gate, because I want to work on this and do it slowly, and I wouldn't do it for free. So if anybody is still interested in offering their horse, let me know. Debbie says, the one that gates and can work on canter. Well, the Mustang will be gated. So it's not just getting a Mustang, it's getting a gated Mustang. So it'll be working on gait, but instead of it being really pacey, it's more likely to actually be trotty. Just so you're aware, there are gated Mustangs, so the Mustang will be gated, but it probably won't lean toward the really pacey side. Let's see here. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to get this to work. Normally I can see the comments come through right away, and it's not working, of course. Oh, Michelle says, where can we find your clinic locations? Michelle, thank you for asking. On this page at the top, you'll see all the locations pinned. If you can't find it, just message me and I'll send you a link to all of them. We're doing California, Minnesota, Missouri, Kansas, Tennessee, New Hampshire, I say Minnesota, New Hampshire, Pennsylvania, New York. I believe those are all the locations. Deb says the volume keeps going in and out and the screen is freezing. So normally I don't have any issue. Looks like I got really good streaming here. It could be on my end. I'm not sure. Sherry says, thank you, location of the clinics. Thanks. It just, obviously that was the spell check. Autocorrect helping. Let's see here. Okay. Yeah, it's too bad that I hate having to be on my phone. So wow, this is tricky. So, you guys are voting. That's awesome. I'm going to kind of keep this video going so more people can jump on. The gated Mustang has 56% and the Pacey gated horse has 44%. I actually tried to do a regular poll, not in the live video, and it didn't work. Cindy says, working with a Mustang would give you and the breed great publicity. I vote Mustang. Angela says, how rare are gated Mustangs? So it depends, and it also depends on where you get the Mustangs from. So at the Mustang Magic in Fort Worth a week ago, there were 23 horses that were actually in the competition that were ridden, and I saw all 23, and of 23 gated Mustangs, and I think a lot of them were from Nevada, 3 I can confirm were gated. 3 of them. So out of 23, 3. And Chrissy was there as well, and she saw those 3 were definitely gated. And there were 2 more that I think were possibly gated. So out of 23, 3 for sure. And it depends on what you gather. So the South Steens is in Oregon. I've been there, didn't really see a lot of gating, but a lot of people say the ones out of Nevada, there's a good chance a lot are gated. Alyssa Dietrich, she has a gated Mustang right now that she's working with. the Mustang that I was bidding on, she's gaited. So it's not really actually very rare. You just have to know about it. Here's the thing, and this is what I want to educate people, is a lot of times they have 4 months, 120 days to work with a gaited Mustang or a Mustang. If they gate, they don't want to develop that gate in the 120 days because the judges don't like it. They'd rather develop a trot, and I don't blame them at all. But what I wish they would do is they would let their clients know, like, hey, I'm going to be showcasing the trot in the competition because they want to win, and I don't blame them. But what I want them to do is then to tell their clients that this is a gaited horse, and then after the competition you could develop that gait, and I think they would be very popular. Let's see, again, Chrissy says more gaited ones than you would think, talking about the Mustangs. Sherry says, I used to own a gaited Mustang. She did a single foot. Yeah, don't get hung up on what it's called. Just know lots of horses only trot, and that's not gaited. But if they move at all in a different than the trot, it's gaited, and you can train them to do like the saddle rack or the foxtrot. Don't worry about what it's called. Just know that they are gaited, and you can get the same smooth gait that you can get from any of the other breeds. Mary says, the poll did show up. Volume fine here, screen not freezing. Okay, good. So it's working for some people. Technology, right? It's crazy. Sharon says, I'm not having any issues viewing this. Good. Okay. Looks like I answered the question so far. Good. So that's the thing, is so many people don't realize that there are so many gaited Mustangs. However, I think it would be such great exposure for Mustangs and for people to realize that they are gaited. And I also want to be like putting the word out there for tip trainers. Tip trainers are trainers that get Mustangs in through the BLM. They can do this, and they get them gentled. So they get them halter broke, they can have their feet done, farrier, load into a trailer, and do that all calmly. And you can adopt them for just $125. And what I love for tip trainers to do is to let people know if the horses are gaited. Because there are people that would then adopt the Mustang from the BLM through the tip program, and then they could get the horse trained, and then they could own a gaited Mustang that's just wonderful to work with. And I think getting the word out there more would be so good for Mustangs. Michelle says, never heard of a gaited Mustang. And a lot of people, when I started posting about the mare that I tried to get, so many people were commenting that they hadn't heard of it. Michelle says, the gaited Mustangs need you. That's so nice, Michelle. That's kind of what I'm trying to figure out. Either way is going to be a little bit of an expense. There's probably the potential that if it's a Mustang, I may keep it, but I don't need, I need another horse. Like I need a hole in the head. Like it's just, I don't need another horse. So I probably will end up selling it, even though if I had a Mustang, there'd be I think it'd be amazing to demo that, to take it to places and say, look what a gaited Mustang can do. I don't know of anybody out there that's a trainer that's specifically working with gaited Mustangs to promote them for the Mustang breed and for the BLM and for the Mustang Heritage Association. So I think it'd be awesome to do that. But again, I also know that a lot of my clients would love to see me work with a pacey horse. So it's kind of it's a mix. So I'm kind of going to see what a lot of people are commenting. The poll is still 55% toward a gaited Mustang, 45% toward a pacey horse. It's too bad that Facebook won't let me put a regular poll up anymore. Let's see, just checking for more questions. Angela says, I agree. I'd love to see the exposure of the gaited Mustang. I'd love to own one myself eventually. See, that's so cool. So many people are learning about it now, and I would like to reach out to many trainers that work with Mustangs and be able to help them develop the gait like after the competition. I get that they don't want to develop the gait before because a lot of judges don't understand it and they won't score as well, and that's just really too bad. All right, so let's see, we published a poll, and okay. All right, well, it's not a great sample size because we only have, 12, we only have like 22 votes. So like, that's kind of a bummer. But that's okay. I'm going to keep putting feelers out there, And you're going to see more posts about this as I'm trying to decide. There's a possible gaited Mustang, but it's in California, so that means shipping costs. So I have to keep all of those things in mind. But I'm very interested in doing this and seeing, everybody thinks about this. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm hoping to get some horses in for training next month. So I'm going to have new content. We're going to have pacey horses and trotty horses and working on the gate and barn sour horses, hopefully barn sour horses to work with so we can video that. So next month, got a lot of content coming. So make sure you like this page, follow, watch for more live videos. Thank you guys so much for watching. You're awesome. And yeah, you got this.